Hello and welcome to the 2023 Portland Open presented by Latitude 64. We are back in the Pacific Northwest at Glendoveer Golf and Tennis, and we're playing two big layouts this year. Today, we're going to see that West course brand new.
It's a big course.
I probably should also say you're watching JomezPro.
Oh,
Nate
yeah.
Sexton, Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri. Exciting news. We're going to fly one lucky Patreon member and a friend out to Vermont for the 2023 PDGA Disc Golf World Championships. You will stay on site at Smuggler's Notch so you can enjoy the VIP access all week long, including premier access throughout the event. Meet and greets with the players, VIP concierge service, exclusive merch like a Squatch bag, and tons more. Check out JomezPro.com/VIP Worlds to learn more and see how to enter. I wore those glasses so you wouldn't be able to tell I was reading directly off the screen like a maniac. I don't know if it worked.
Yeah, I think it did. You still look like a maniac a little bit, but here we are at the West course. It's a slightly bigger feeling course, but it's actually shorter in distance, which is a little bit strange. It's a flatter course than East. It's a lot of hills over there, but there are a few technical holes, a lot of mandatories. But I mean, this course is going to challenge even the biggest arms. And speaking of the biggest arms, we've got Simon Lizotte, the former winner here at this event last year with an exciting finish with Garrett Girthy. It's going to be great to see him already a winner this year on the Pro Tour. Calvin Heimburg, another winner on the Pro Tour this season. A little bit of back issues coming into this tournament. It'll be interesting to see if he's fully healthy. If he is, you know he's going to finish in the top three. That's just the way it goes. Redalen, big time performance here at this event last year. Huge arm, young kid, a lot of momentum right now. He's been playing some incredibly hot rounds here and there. And when he gets hot, I mean, he's one of the best. And Linus Carlsson over here from Sweden. He's back here on tour now. He's wearing a big Jerm belt today. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, he didn't tuck his shirt in, but I promise you underneath there's a little bit of a gift from Big Jerm.
Hole 1, par 4, 741 feet, left to right bender. I mean, there's a little annoying tree and some branches to the right, so you definitely have to break it all the way around the corner, out of bounds deep, out of bounds way right, and then you have bunkers guarding the green, so it's very tricky starting hole.
It's one of the best holes in the course.
There's also a right to left crosswind, which makes this turnover a little more difficult, but it doesn't look like Simon has any problem with that. Wow,
that is going to be inside 300 of the pin. He's really good.
Yeah, I almost started to think about sand, seeing that thing fly. I mean, I know that's probably impossible, but
he might be inside 250. I mean, he is so far down there. Calvin, decent. Yeah, this is continuously turning, which is great. It is easy to find that left side OB if your disc isn't moving right the whole time. If it starts to stall out, that OB gets into play pretty quick.
Yeah, I think Calvin's less distance, but he's certainly playing the correct miss, like you're saying.
Hi, my name is Redalen. I live in Hillsboro, Oregon, and I've been playing disc golf for the last 8 years. I discovered disc golf at my dad's job at Intel, where Zoe Andyke and Dustin Keegan taught a clinic there for a few weeks in a row. It quickly turned into a profession after I stopped playing some other sports like soccer, baseball, and basketball. We moved to 11-acre property where I've designed a few disc golf courses actually, all within an 11-acre span. That's been my stomping training grounds for a while. It's really cool to just be able to walk out your bedroom door and, you know, at 50 feet be on a pro level disc golf course that you've kind of formed and designed yourself. Course record's 6 under and it was 4 under before that. And I think the best score on it that's not me is I think a 1 over. No, one under by my friend, yeah. Once my parents caught on, it was almost like a weekly camping trip. We had a trailer and my parents would all go out camping for the weekend. Yeah, just play the local tournament, whatever, C or B tier, however many rounds it was. When basketball was still heavily in my life, we weren't really focused on disc golf as being anything other than just a hobby. My parents were kind of like, well, you're still gonna go to college because there's not a lot of money in disc golf. And I was really able to kind of find my stride and start going on tour and making a little bit more than we possibly expected. And ever since then, my dad and mom have just been, yeah, forget college. Like, go on the road full time. They're like, we see the work ethic in you to make this work and make it happen. And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job myself. Now it's kind of like, what can you do to be an all-star by the end of this year? And that's something I never could have imagined, especially being my first year with DGA and the discs I'm throwing. I found very quick confidence in all that plastic that I'm using, but also understanding that there's a process and these things take time. And so if you come in third one week and then take 20th the next week, it's not the end of the world. There's a greater purpose in life, and knowing that next week is just another opportunity and the scores always start back at even par. I think it's hard to have real heavy expectations on yourself when you don't know how your game's gonna feel that week and you don't know how somebody else is gonna feel that week. Sometimes we overload ourselves with expectations when I'd be stoked to be where I am 2 years ago, and here I am standing here still wanting more out of the touring career that I'm having right now. To find that balance and to find the calm in the midst of the storm, it's very huge to finding long-term success instead of burning yourself out with expectation. The trophies can only get you so much in life, and they're all temporary. Winning is temporary, and my faith in Jesus is a huge part of my life, and I think it gives me a lot of security on the course when I'm out there playing, as playing for a greater purpose than the trophy. To compete for the Lord and the stage that He's given us, it's a great blessing and opportunity to be used in the works that He's doing in the world.
You guys have probably seen him play before, but if you haven't, he is a joy to watch. Smooth form, big power, a lot of confidence. And he's younger than a lot of us before we even started playing, and he's already at this level now.
Definitely an exciting player for the state of Oregon to have. Being an Oregon guy myself, coming up through the ranks, it's been a while since, maybe ever really, since there's been a kid his age with the kind of potential he has.
Yeah.
So it's exciting for me and all the people here watching to have a guy that feels like he could be a world beater.
Linus having his second season on the tour this year, and a nice tee shot there, but that's going to leave in that long 300 range into the pin. That's going to be under 400 feet, but not by much, I can't imagine. This is a really tight green.
You can't worry about that. I mean, I think hitting that tree and falling safe is almost always good. It's the world record for the most bunkers ever. Like, no matter where you go, there's a bunker over there.
That's right.
This looks bunkery.
It kind of does. Is it got enough depth?
Oh, green.
Roll.
Greenery?
Oh, this could be.
If that had tilted towards the bottom of the flight plate, I think it would have found its way back in bounds, but it's going to be an early OB for Linus. Calvin's attacking, and this is looking low. Never mind.
It was low, but it's smoked also, so it works out.
I mean, when's the last time you saw him throw into a bunker? This is a short. Wow, look at this.
This is just a chippy chip shot putter coming for Simon. What a drive.
Yeah.
Oh, and he kind of almost
kissed
some sand there, but a good shot in the end.
You're going to see on this course the approaches, even with the best drives, are typically still fast discs in the hand. To see somebody have a putter approach really says a lot about how good that opening drive was. Calvin now just outside the circle. You can see the wind picking up a bit here, and pretty common miss on the basket, sitting on top of the mound with sand right behind. But Linus with a nice delivery.
Yeah, that's a really good save. Hole one, you kind of have that miscue. Takes what feels like a mounting pressure can just kind of be erased with a nice smooth putt like that.
Most people are taking pars in this one anyways, so. But not Simon. Not the best approach, honestly, with that close of a drive, but either way, he walks away with the birdie.
Yeah, anything that's lifted up on these little mounds are scary, especially with all that OB everywhere. 20-footers, they play tough.
I don't remember it being that windy yesterday, so I was surprised to see how much the trees were moving right there on that approach. But for the most part, it really wasn't a windy day. It's going to come into play a few times here and there. We are on a golf course. There is a lot of open air, but these big Douglas firs really seem to stop the wind. As we take a look at the leaderboard, we are going to give you guys what you've been asking for, but we're going to do it for the first round only. We're going to give you the the old scoring, if you will. So it's going to be through however many holes we've played. Where are you at? Dallas with a big eagle on the first hole, starting the Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series Plus with a 300-foot plus throw-in to start off 200 through 1.
Yeah, we probably should mention this is the first ever Elite Plus event in Disc Golf Pro Tour history. So the points are as heavy as the World Championships, 150 points to the winner in that point standing. So a little extra weight on the Portland Open this year, and it's got the 4-round designation.
Wow. Great drive from Simon. Low seam, 460 feet downhill and OB left and right side, delivering through the tight gap. Beautiful drive.
Yeah, and you can see how really tight that is. It's a great camera angle. Out of bounds on the right, and it's pushing the disc to the right. I mean, this is just fantastic. I can't even say
bullseye.
how good that is.
Wow. Made it look like it's not 460, but it is all of 460. And I mean, you don't have anything to work with here unless you go the wide, safe route. These guys aren't even slightly interested in playing this one safe at all. Cole is also right there on the edge of the circle. 3 great drives thus far. This is a pretty typical play. I mean, this is not one you feel like you must get.
No.
It's a good shot, but I mean, it's just out there in deep C3. That's just get yourself your par, try to figure out how to get the birdies on other holes.
Yeah, not a bad play, really, because it is dangerous. I mean, the gap that those guys hit, they made it look really easy. I saw multiple people hit, miss the gap, shoot out of bounds left. People go to the left side, go OB left. Simon from 40. Ooh. Misses the mark just a little bit. Cole actually a little closer.
And the wind is kind of whipping right in this section of the course. Good comeback putt. Calvin's drive is fantastic.
Bullseye tapping. Wow.
I got to shout out / apologize to Parker Welk, who I played with round 1, who threw the forehand to circle 1. And I guess I'm just that old, where it came out of his hand and I was like, chill, like, whoa. And then it kind of skipped. I'm like, hey, maybe you got a kind of lucky look for bird trying to lay up. And he was like, after he made the birdie, he came over, he's like, I wasn't laying up. I'm like, I just didn't know that you could just go wide forehand to C1.
That is...
It was pretty nasty.
That's insane.
Pretty nasty. It
Parker
was a cool
is not
shot.
like one of those big forehand seaming guys.
He is that guy, though. Man,
Wow.
man, is he firing that thing.
That's awesome, man. Well, 1 under for Calvin. And just a little look.
A few people going 2 for 2 there.
That's an incredible start. I mean, the birdies are few and far between, I feel like, on the West Course. You got to get them early. The first 5 or 6 holes is really where you get your birdies, and I feel like you just kind of maintain and pick up a few for the rest of the round.
Yeah. This is an old guy hole.
Yeah.
Par 3, 332. Missed the little log that we're used to skipping over, you know?
Yeah, this is a throwback for
Either.
sure. I found it kind of refreshing to see this. 332, little bit of technicality to it. Calvin takes it a little higher than I think some people
that's
will.
Good. Oh, no.
I think lower might be preferable, just to make sure you get through there and you get a nice big skip. We'll see what the other guys do.
There's just like a little stump you got to worry about.
Yep.
Super wide here. Needs to get real skippy. Gets kind of skippy. But it's open look and it's makeable. Did you think about the forehand roller at all here?
No, but I heard that I think someone in my group saw you do it.
Yeah, okay. And that's that stump. That stump is really annoyingly perfectly placed.
Yeah.
If that were gone, I think I'd really like this hole. Now I only kind of like it. That doesn't matter though. It's arbitrary what I say.
I love it, and I don't even care about the trees or anything. All I need to see is the 332, and just that alone, just that alone is like cool. Like that's part of the game. I just like seeing that distance used, and clearly it's not easy. Look at these guys.
Oh, no, this is not an easy hole by any means.
So you can make fun, tricky pro-level holes. They don't all have to be 480 feet. I think this is a great little ad. Look at these guys. I mean, nobody's really
It's
thrown the perfect shot that they're looking for.
not at all the distance that's challenging. And still over a quarter of the field is finding birdies, 26%. That's a pretty decent percentage for such a tricky hole to get close.
Look at this. That back picture looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet camera work there. I wish we could have kept that angle.
I don't know that I can think of a more stunning property that we've had the pleasure of playing on.
Simon zipping that one nose up as he likes from that distance and hitting the band very close.
The only one I can think of is Smugs.
Yeah, Smugs is awesome too, but as for ball golf courses,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anything's really standing up against this place.
No, I don't think so.
Emporia.
Jeez, now you got to apologize to the entire
No, I
city of
don't.
Emporia.
I definitely do not.
We love Emporia. Pretty typical scores there for the challenging technical hole 3.
I'm surprised. I think all pars is disappointing for these guys. I think it's not an easy hole, but I don't know about typical. I think you'd expect these guys to pick up at least 2 birdies. You don't think so? These are.
I just see this course and I play it and I'm just like, if I get par for 18 holes, it's about normal.
Hole 4, par 4, 485. Very interesting design here. Super short, eagleable par 4. Postage stamp little green here between the water and the golf green. The layup zone is maybe 280. It's kind of all you have off the tee, and I think that's going to be a popular play. Just kind of throw it up near that cart path, try to find your way onto the green. But we might see somebody attack here.
Calvin's not laying up.
This looks very attacking.
The way to go for this one is just go long. If you can throw long here, then that's the way to stay safe. And Calvin spikes in. He's going to have a short putt for the birdie, I think, but he's going to be out of bounds.
I think he goes to the dropper.
Oh, there's a drop zone.
Yeah, yeah. They don't make it. They don't make it quite that easy on you. You got to go back short of the water.
Wow, and
drop
that's
zone.
so tough because it is such a slopey area just to the right side.
This is better. More height.
Oh, bullseye eagle.
That's Simon in a nutshell. Of course he did. Of course he did. If there's one thing you had to guess he would do, it's that.
Wow.
So good.
Look at the checkup. It looks like maybe it has a chance to go on that green and goes, I'm going to go this way.
Yeah, I like the basket better.
That is the closest thing to pro backspin that we're going to see. That's just so good.
Wow.
Cole just sees 2 people ripping at it. I mean, he's definitely going green.
Wow, wow. This is more action than I thought we would see. I love it. Can he?
And that's it.
Scary putt a little bit, but you'll take that. I mean, that's an eagle look. Great.
And now Linus, does he? No, that's the typical layup play. This is what you're going to see most cards 4 for 4 do.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's gone to the second. He's gone down to the flat. That should leave him about 250 to the pin. Pretty stock forehand approach.
Now the thing you're telling yourself here is 10 feet long. 10 feet long.
I love this hole. I think this is one of the better holes on this course. It's fun. Crosses.
Oh.
The curl.
Yeah.
So here is that drop zone.
I had no knowledge that this drop zone existed. Okay, so Calvin going to take the par, but I'm with you, Paul. I love the idea of the risk reward par 4. It's reachable.
And I think that the drop zone is super important to its it being a scary enough
yeah,
hole.
for sure.
Because if you could just toss it up on that green for a little 10-foot birdie with a penalty, that ruins the whole thing. But the threat of that drop zone, I think it does have some intrigue.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is the easiest hole in the course. This is the one that you obviously have that eagle opportunity, but with the approach not being too difficult, oh my gosh, Calvin going to take the bogey, surprisingly.
Wow. Haven't seen that many times, obviously, from a player of his caliber.
It's like the third time we've ever seen Calvin hit band on coverage.
How many eagles did we see? Congratulations to Simon.
Yeah, Simon's one of two. Carter Aarons, a name that we heard just a couple weeks ago, with the other. And I want to mention real quick, as we saw that ad in between holes, that Jomez will actually be doing some coverage in Europe this year. We're going to be doing the Sula Open, the PCS Sula, and the European Open. So
let's go.
Pretty exciting stuff for our fans.
Let's go to hole 5, par 3, 420 feet. Mando to the left. See that tree over there. Pretty tight window to get through. You're going to see a lot of people up left towards the top. If you can get something to bend to the right, fantastic. But I feel like you're going to see a lot of 30-footers down the hill if they throw it well.
This keeps turning right now. This is going to be really good. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Could be better, but he's still within Simon range. That little spin, yeah,
it's awful.
It's not great. I take it back. It's not great.
No, it's fine. Just to fade it out on him a little bit.
This is what Simon wanted.
Got a lot of turn, maybe almost too much.
Oh no,
cruising.
So far.
Nice shot. Uphill putt, a little easier to go after with a full commitment.
Linus looks like he's going to be... Is this not just a turnover, not the roller line?
I had not thought about this approach to the basket. That's kind of cool.
I need to look at that.
Nice big gap, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I played with Tony Farrow, who went that line with a roller and parked it. Parked it, yeah.
Fantastic. A little bit kind of heading down towards Cole, or did it hit a tree?
Yeah, that was just a little overturned and then got the big kick left.
Tricky little upshot really from there. Should be easy, but you never know. Once you get a little more zip, it can coast all the way down there to 25, 30 feet, but he does really well to keep that close.
Linus from about 80 feet. Decent little effort.
Simon thinking, yeah, he's going after that for sure.
Great run.
Doesn't lay too many of those up, does he? Why would you?
Maybe if he's about to win. Otherwise, I really can't remember it.
Yeah, exactly. I think about the dad putt that he kind of brought into fame last year at the OTB, going for the scariest 40-footers with water behind on fast greens and just finding a way to run everything and make them at the same time. That's the cool part.
Could have been the bridge that really got him rolling, those dad putts, honestly. You know, all of a sudden he started winning everything. He won 4 tournaments.
Yeah.
Never happened before the dad putt came into fruition.
Oh, that is so cool. I don't think we've ever done that before. That was a sweet little shot. Aaron Gossage, nice little 4 through 5. Isaac Robinson, Dallas Garber, 4 through 5.
Yeah, look at Dallas. He throws in the deuce on hole 1. That's not all he came here to do. Just taking some birdies as well.
This
really
is
impressive start.
This hole, boy.
Yeah, hole 6, par 5. We cried and we cried 2 years ago about how long this thing was. Yeah, they shortened it.
They shortened it a lot by hundreds of feet.
And it's still so long. But yeah, they absolutely. 1,180, more attainable. I think for most players that have it, this is 3 rollers in a row.
The last shot roller, too.
Well, if you're in the power class of some other guys at this table,
Yeah.
I think so. I think this guy, we're not going to see that. He's going to be up at the top of the hill. The elite thrower is going to get to the hilltop in 2.
I'm curious if he's going to go roller second or not. He might just be able. That drive was so big, he might just go air shot.
Yeah, he could
to the top of the hill.
Curious to see what Linus is going to do. He's a notch below the 600 foot club right there. He might have 500 in there, but
yeah.
Cool. That's a good call there. I think he's going to line up the. Well, I'll just wait and see. Yeah, just the air shot off the tee. I guess I don't really remember Linus throwing too many rollers, but I'm sure he's got that in the bag.
That's a fine shot. Right in the middle.
this could go to the top of the hill.
Calvin, a player who just never throws the roller. And just, why would you? I think he's just spinning at such a high rate.
Not a great shot, honestly.
Far, though. But
Well,
yeah.
he's not going to be able to get any turn out of his disc going up the hill, I don't think, from there. It's going to have to be all hyzer, but he might be able to do it.
Yeah.
So not a single roller yet. I don't know if any of these guys are in a position where they're going to feel the need to throw a roller on their second, but it'd be surprising to see hole 6 played with not one single roller throw.
That would be surprising.
All the way to the top of the hill. That should leave 350, if not less, for Cole.
That's awesome. Yeah, I still think I would roll even if I was these guys on the second shot. But if you don't need to, you don't need to. So
Look at this, all hyzer to the top.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you're up there, it's very, very manageable.
Again, 360 for Calvin probably. And Simon indeed going to go the roller. Going to see at least one.
Ooh, I don't know if this is coming back.
Yeah, there is OB up there eventually. Well, he's not near it though.
Okay.
But that is, he's going to regret that. He may still be able to reach the basket, but that was an air shot certainly would have beat that position.
And Linus closer in 2 than Simon now, even after Simon's big drive. Doesn't mean that he's not in position to get the birdie, though, because he's got the distance on that third. He's going to leave it in deep C2, though. Kind of a lost opportunity after that tee shot for Simon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless he makes a big putt.
No, almost to the top
Yeah,
here.
we might have sold him short on the distance. That was pretty good.
No, he's trying the
Yeah,
rolls.
that's actually in
There's
danger.
OB over here. I don't see how this doesn't
Yeah.
go. Oh,
That would be one way.
that
but
would be the only way.
Yeah.
But it's another, and it's just that's his. That one deserved to go really far OB, but that's like his third one that in the end is inches out of bounds already.
Right.
So a couple barely off for him.
This could be a tricky little putt for Cole. That might be behind.
Squirrely little approach there over to the left.
Yeah, that's a big old tree.
Yeah, it's enough to make you nuts when you have an easy shot like that.
Calvin, some good ground play after the early skip left or right, excuse me. You'll have the maybe the best look for birdie unless Cole has a good look at the pin.
How did Calvin do that? He threw hyzer and he was that far up? That's amazing.
Yeah, he's got that spin thing going for him. You can get that disc moving. Wouldn't this be the most Simon type putt to make? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just a windy, low ceiling 60-footer straight in the heart.
Really good start for Simon today.
Yeah, he goes backhand, then roller, then flex shot, then 60-footer.
Jeez, that is so good. And it feels good. I feel like he saved the birdie in a situation like that. He really had no business being that far left after his second shot. A long approach into the green, didn't exactly do the best with that either, and then just canning the putt to get the bird. And Calvin still a little slow here. And Cole does have a nice straddle look around and then gets the putt underneath the band and in for the birdie.
And tough bogey there for Linus. But that's what happens when you throw cut rollers that go left. It's actually pretty tough because once you go up the hill, and I know this wasn't a problem for him, but we saw it with Simon. It's hard to get it vertical enough to go up the hill. It's actually a very technical shot.
Yeah, the rule of thumb, I believe, is if you're going up the hill, more understable, down the hill, more overstable, its tendency to turn over is a lot less when it's losing that speed riding up the hill. So maybe that's just a disc selection issue or maybe an angle, but either way, both shots did not quite get up.
Hardest hole in the universe. Hole 7, par 3. It's just tricky, man. This is 475, but it's downhill, so it's manageable. The tricky part is you have to throw hyzer that kind of goes in between these two trees on the right here, and then you got to crash into the tree, I feel like is what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
You crash to the tree and then hopefully breaks through like about 10 feet past it.
Over
or
the tree or
just
something.
right into...
The bunker to the left really loves grabbing discs.
Yeah, but Simon just rocket ships past all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cole's a
Cole
little
lower.
worried about sand, maybe. No,
Well,
he's got plenty of power here. Just falls down from the trees, I think.
Yeah, this is completely blind from the tee. Some people are even going the flex shot left of this initial tree, bushy tree. But the hyzer is a nice play if you got it. And look at Simon going around and stop it with that.
Yeah, his name is Calvin, but it was incredible.
What did I say?
Simon.
Well,
See if,
But we also saw Simon do the same thing, so you're kind of right.
there's the flex shot. And this looks really good.
yeah.
It does.
This is kind of a similar idea of just kind of crash into that tree. And if you don't hit it, that's great too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the hardest hole in the universe, but let's see how they do on the putting green. Look at this approach, just to give you an example of how downhill it is.
Touchy.
He doesn't love it.
And he
But that's
should.
good.
Well, you can understand why he was nervous. You see that sand right there. In the end, he got away with it, but he was not trying to put that beyond the basket.
Linus an opportunity to get back to par, and that sand trap scared him a bit there. It looked like that was a little tentative, a common miss from that range. Simon, meanwhile, stepping up to hole 7 with an opportunity to go 5 down and, okay, firing it in there. But wow, what a start for Simon. I mean, 5 under is a solid finishing score for the round, and he's already there through 7.
Yeah.
Birdies still to get.
How long would it take you guys to pop a little 5 through 7 on this course? How many rounds?
Like if you come out
Like,
every
just guess,
day.
yeah.
I don't have enough
Start.
money for the greens fees.
I'll pay your fees. But yeah, long. I mean, too long.
It's hard.
Too
It's
long.
a hard birds he's getting. That's
Way too long. Look at this thing. How close is this to spitting right back out in his face?
Ooh, boy, nice catch there.
jeez,
He's
Simon.
not doesn't even have any strokes on Isaac. Gossage. Wow. A lot of people starting off hot.
This
Is
the new
up to ice orbit. Look,
at this
very nice thing.
tingling.
That was a silly ad. Got to give him credit there.
Let's go into hole 8, par 3. Yep. 632 feet.
Par 3.
Par 3, but it does play downhill, so don't worry. Totally gettable.
I think we might see somebody get it right now.
Yep. I think
This
so.
would
There
be the
is
card.
There is a mandatory left down there, 793 feet away. So don't go past that. This guy might go past the basket.
Gonna go long, I think. The tricky thing about this one today, besides the 632-foot par 3 part about the hole, is that it was into a slight headwind. So all the power that Simon needed, but really hard to get that fade back towards the end. And you have a huge Douglas fir blocking the hyzer entry. This is just drifting right. Just didn't really have a chance to. But I mean, these are just absolute bombs.
Oh, Heiser. Not possible, is it?
Come on, Cole. Is he going to get past the trees? He's going to get right to them.
Wow.
Right between those two trees is probably where the basket should be.
You wouldn't catch me complaining about that change.
Oh, okay.
This is looking pretty good. It is gonna flip. This hole, I told my group, listen, I'm pretty sure this is the record for the farthest I've ever been away on a par 3 without hitting a tree.
I saw you. I was just like I saw Jerm lay a forehand roller down. I saw Uli gripping into a driver, second shot. It's probably a good. He was out past those fans out there on the right. I would give him about 330 Heiser Ripper back to the basket. Yeah. So he found some new territory out there right, but he got up and down. Same score all these guys are getting.
Maybe not Linus, though. He's outside in C2 putting for the par. Oh, good effort from Cole. Just to get on the right side, decent height.
Yeah, this is one he really is going to want.
So easy to get over par before you get that first birdie, and that is Linus right now. 2 over.
A really frustrating one to...
Oh, and Simon almost taking that hot start and going blistering hot with 6 through 8, but just at 5 now.
So, I mean, effectively, this is the world's easiest par 4. You know, like in the real world. There's some people making 2s, I know.
One player in circle 1 in regulation.
Yeah.
Tristan Tanner.
Yeah.
There were 6 birdies. I'm going to throw out the names because I feel like it's impressive.
Yeah,
but yeah, Brody Smith, Kevin Jones, Reed Frescura. I don't know if that was a lefty roller play.
I think lefty roller makes a lot of sense.
Eagle McMahon, your usual suspects, and Ricky Wysocki. I mean, a bunch of names you expect there, but those putts, 60, 38, 60, 60, 49. Tristan Tanner, the only one in the circle, 27 feet away.
Wow.
Anybody at 380? I'm getting it. I'm getting it dialed. 380. Stepper.
Stepper from 380. Yeah, there you go.
X-stepper. Hole 9, par 3, 350. This one's got the double Mando. There's a backhand gap straight at it with a little bit of turnover. There's a forehand flex, maybe. A couple options for these guys. I think Simon should take it right down the middle. Ooh, this is a little squirrely,
Yeah,
though.
right down the middle of that tree.
Yep.
But he's definitely not out of par range. That's one of the things about this course. There is a lot of out of bounds around here. And there are obviously these mandatories. The mandatories really shouldn't be missed as Calvin stripes this one right into the tree as well. But that was looking pretty good. Just needed it to...
This birdie is tough.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really tough.
Yeah, this birdie is just like throw it dead straight up the hill, so it's playing like 420.
Yeah,
I bet.
I would agree with that.
Extremely long.
This is so helpful because
Wow.
if he keeps drifting, he's right where Calvin is, or just opposite to the left.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think this was heading down the right way or right place anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Pretty
I
significant.
don't think so.
I think it might be catching those trees
Yeah.
on the right side.
Okay.
Either way, we love
is
it now.
parked now. Yeah, that's right. And just not enough commitment there. I mean, even though you do get handed a technical hole here on the West Course, I mean, it's not without having to throw the shot really hard. This distance is so tricky, especially with these big trees down the fairway.
You don't want this left. This is hard.
That was a really
Yeah.
nice shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very good.
What do you guys think on this over under? 18 Mandos on the course? Over or under?
That's a good number to set it at.
Over.
I'm going to say...
For sure over for me.
Yeah, because a lot of these holes do have 2 at once.
One has 4.
There's a lot of mandatories.
Somebody said the most Mandos ever, and I was like, well, 2019 USDGC is raising his hand right now.
You kind of need it, though. I mean, it's not in a gimmicky way. Because what it does is it just forces you to play tunnels. You know, and so you kind of think on the one hand, you're like, oh, I just played a course with 20 mandatories. How silly is that? But I don't think it comes across that way to the players.
It's protecting other holes. It's protecting the intent of the design.
And sort of injecting some woods play into a what is a very open property if you were allowed to skirt the edges.
Yeah.
And lay down some cut rollers or other things. Great birdie from Cole.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know the answer, or are you just throwing? Okay,
No. It just occurred to me. I was just like, I think there's got to be at least a mando per hole on it.
I'm gonna say push. I'm gonna say 18 mandatories.
Wow.
All right. Well, is that 9 holes? Art? Yeah, that's 9 holes.
Turns out it is. I'm still wearing the
6.
glasses.
You really are. Yeah, man. Shout out Johnny Fly. Isaac Robinson with the hot round so far, 6 down through the front 9. And I just want to give you guys a quick maybe breakdown why we're doing the scores this way. We're going to do this for the first round. We feel like it's a little bit arbitrary to show that somebody gets a birdie on the first hole and they're 90th place. So we're going to show you guys this. Round 2, 3, 4, we're going to do the this year's scoring style where we're kind of showing it as the players see it in that moment. That way you can kind of understand why people might make decisions, why they're going for certain things or laying up for certain things for position. But we hear you. We're doing a little bit of give and take here, and we hope you appreciate that.
Thanks again to the Founders Club, as always, for your support of our coverage on the JomezPro channel. We're loving our time in Portland, and we're going to be right back with back 9 of round 1.